Myself, Lano, guiding you guys through the action. As, of course, we are here in our quarterfinals matchup between OrgNpassless versus the side of XOSZN. And looking on board here with the side of XOSZN. I'm actually having a hard time trying to switch to the first player point of view. We'll see how obviously this round has progressed. It'll be kind of interesting to cast it only like this. But Phantom's left all by himself. Actually does pick off iLLeY inside of 10 and actually finds the second one as well. Potential 1v4 in our midst, and that would be interesting to kind of get you from the overhead perspective. But the nade will be granted, and he will explode into a pile of dust. So, interesting ending, as you're going to see iLLeY here tossing out that nade. Of course, it looked like Phantom had the same idea in mind. However, will not go his way in that particular instance. So, round number 1 on the board here for the side of XOSZN. As there we go. We're finally able to switch on board here for the first player point of view. Just had to show off the caster mode. You know, just had to show that one off for you guys. Going to get you a little bit of an idea as to how these are looking. The teams are playing from above. Speaking of above, Phantom's got a nade into that middle area as Zinx is able to spot one there with that Kar98K. FMJ along with that ballistic calibration on it, and finds yet again another one. That one going to be on Cellium. Starting to heat up. A 2-on-2. Phantom's making his way here inside of 10. Spots the nice headshot onto iLLeY, excuse me. And at the same time, Simp tosses a nade. Decides to fade back. Shuts down Zinx, the sniper. And now it's a 1-on-1. Phantoms versus Simp. And it looks like a bar versus a bar. Different attachments. But it looks like Phantoms just happens to peek out Simp. Is going to spot him. And it looks like Phantoms has the same idea. It's about headshots. Up close and personal fight. And the higher advantage is going to go to Phantoms. And honestly, a very well-played round there from him. I think that we actually end up seeing a similar position. Of course, a different team, different round, different map in an earlier part of the tournament, where Phantom's is actually in a very similar spot, and he was doing a great job at using cover to his advantage. And it seems that he does it there as well. So, of course, progressing on here to round at number 3. Going to be looking through the eyes of JH3 for the side of OrgNpassless. Of course, OrgNpassless just took out Canada Baby, of course, consisting of Gunjar, Exotic Royalty, and Proto in that map number 3, winning the last 2 maps in dominant fashion as Simp. The amazing drop shot there onto God. JH3. But regardless, his teammates can't really pick up for the lack, as it will now be Cellium left in a position to try and clutch, and he will find his final resting place there inside of Docs, aka 10. But speaking of OrgNpassless, they just played absolutely phenomenal toward the last few rounds in their matchup versus Gunjar and Co. And made it look easy, to say the least. That one was honestly a 3-0 and a best of 3. Like that, it was a 2-1, obviously, in the end, but just the way that they were dominating overall, they looked to be a squad who is not one to mess with. And they're obviously up 2-1 versus a already very known, very talented squad in the online scene, especially for Search and Destroy and XOSZN. They just most notably took out in round at number 3 United, actually. They won that one in map 3. Came down to the wire. And Zinx actually just behind one player. Oh my god, I thought Zinx was literally about to turn on iLLeY in that situation. I have no idea how that just happened, but iLLeY lives to see another day. I'm not going to lie, I probably would have put my controller down and blocked iLLeY on Twitter. I think that might have actually happened. iLLeY with the... Oh no, that sucks. At least he got out of that situation. I would love to see that point of view again if possible. That was insane. Nice strafing there from iLLeY, actually. That was a great strafe. Of course, with the pistol, not easy to get that kill done. Basically, it's hit every single bullet, to be honest, if you want to kind of solidify a kill with the pistol up close. But either way, iLLeY's career will live to see another day. However, only one round to show for it so far against this OrgNpassless lineup. Looking through the eyes of Cellium as he nearly gets met with a nade to the face, and he walked about a foot farther in front of him. A lot of Fs there. As the Phantom's currently 6-1. As he will get picked off. Just happens to jump for just a second, and Turn Up is there to find the headshot. Says thank you very much. I'll be adding that one to my my challenge, actually. A lot of challenges on not Infinite Warfare, excuse me, World War II. Gotta get those ones done. Headshots with sniper rifle, they're important. And it looks like JH3 on the flank. He's gonna get met with a shot there from Cellium. It seems like in this matchup, if someone even shows a body part for like a half a second, they are immediately dead. Snipers, very strong for either of these teams. KaTaNii actually gets dropped there from Simp. Missed shot there from GodZynx. You're not going to get that one happen very often. And iLLeY will be there for the re-challenge, as it will be a round in the books there for the side of XOSZN. And that bar does not move from iLLeY. Grant doesn't have a whole lot of recoil, but he makes it look like as if it does not move an inch. Is heading in here toward round number 6. Could be looking at the overhead point of view. Actually, yeah, let's go and look at the overhead point of view. As you can see where that nade is going to kind of land. That one lands just right in front of, yet again, Cellium getting tested. As you can kind of see the pre-nades coming out from either of these teams. At least learned so far as in World War II. If you have been watching team scrims or even tournaments like this, you've most likely heard the talk about nades up to this point. To say the least, nades are very powerful, especially with how the perk system kind of works in this game. Not everyone is going to have the same perks over and over again. Not everyone's going to have Flak Jacket or Marathon or whatever we're going to kind of use those perks for. Not everyone's going to have the same class. As the nice sticky grenade actually comes in, Turn Up gets the immediate impact kill there onto iLLeY. I'm not sure if I said those names correctly. I might have said those names correctly. I'm not sure. Looks like from the far, Simp is able to pick off one on the outside. That's going to be KaTaNii. Only one bolt left in the clip. Needs to go for the reload. Does do that. And it looks like the plant's not a whole lot left time before the defuse needs to come in here from Simp. What a reaction there from Simp. My God. Reaction times, though, not going to solidify the round for him. He will find the kill for his troubles, but in the end, it will be a round regardless to the side of OrgNpassless. But that snap that Simp just hits is disgusting. But speaking on the lines of lethals and tacticals, I know stuns are obviously a major issue for a few players just because in S&D, you literally have to have on armored, I believe. There's a lot of specifics when it comes down to those nades and stuns. Everyone kind of rocking them. It's very difficult to counter. Kind of back to the COD 4 days as far as how you have to play Search and Destroy, it feels like, for right now. Of course, the metas will change, and the game will progress on. Round number 7 is the side, of course, like I said, OrgNpassless, who is up right now. Pretty standard play for the most part. Everyone kind of making their way over toward that A site. Nothing really out of the ordinary, as no one has dropped yet. Hit markers have gone down, but no kills solidified. As GodZynx has kind of made it behind enemy lines, and his position is known. Cellium is there for the pickup, as he's not going to be messing around. Actually, from the flank, iLLeY pulling out the machine pistol and doing some damage. Has the bomb in hand as well. Very valuable on the map right now is iLLeY. As KaTaNii and Phantoms both kind of lingering through that middle position here on plat. Your statue. As iLLeY finds the headshot there onto Phantoms. Is now KaTaNii coming from the side, as he will get met with some shots as well. As a successful plants mixed on board with the nice consistent shots there from Simp here. Chalk it up. It's XOSZN this time who will win that round. As we're now looking at 3 rounds to 4. Still an advantage, though, for the side of OrgNpassless. And to be honest, if this group really is OrgNpassless, they don't have either. I think after watching this tournament, I think we can make a reconsideration for that. These guys are looking really strong. KaTaNii, Phantoms, GodZynx with the sniper rifle, JH3, all these guys, they've been going off and playing incredibly strong. I want to see if we actually have any streaks potentially. It looks like only Molotovs for either side, as the bomb is going down right now from GodZynx. It's a nice pickup there. iLLeY ends up Picking off ZynX at the same time. The sniper rifle coming in from Turnup. He's been doing that all tournament long and nearly finds another one. Can't get that flick on to Phantoms, as Phantoms actually finds 2 for his trouble. Up close and personal fight yet again, but it will be Cellium who will walk away with that. Cellium doesn't have fond memories of being inside of 10, but regardless, he will be able to face his fears. As iLLeY will grab the defuse. Interesting defuse animation along with plant. Not sure if I like it a lot, to be honest. Not my favorite, because you're not punching in digits. You're kind of just like turning a little locker combination on the side of a bomb, I guess. Not exactly sure. But heading into round number 9, this one has been incredibly close, of course, due to the fact that we are currently level at 4 apiece. iLLeY with that pre-nade coming in just toward the entrance of the opposite side statue door. And GodZynx just watching here outside of maintenance. He has made it very far positioning. You can kind of just see the entrance that's getting ready to happen. Cellium most likely aware that someone could be here in this situation. And it looks like JH3 is watching his back. And here comes the pinch. This is a perfect timed kills. Perfect teamwork coming in from the side of OrgNpassless, because in that situation, ZynX is saying, hey, I can hear these guys getting ready to come through this door. He has JH3 to watch his angle. Once JH3 fires any bullets at all, it totally takes all the attention onto him. And that's when ZynX can come in and find a kill. Granted, it's only a 1-kill advantage, but it's ones like that that will win you rounds. That's exactly what's going to happen in this one, unless Simp can make an ungodly clutch happen. KaTaNii on a head glitch. Good luck with that, especially when you got the machine pistol. But overall, the communication and the timing, it's just on point right now for these guys. Question being, will we see a round 11? Or is this one done here on round number 10? XOSZN has to win the next 2. Only 1 more needed for OrgNpassless. Right now, PhantomzTheGod currently sitting at 9-5, only matched on the other side by Simp, who's also 9-5 for XOSZN. First blood coming through, and iLLeY will drop. GodZynx with that bomb in hand, normally known for as sniper play, is going to pull out the PPSH, and they're going to toss that bomb into his hands here as they try to make a final round closeout. Making their way on toward B. And it looks like it is going to be Simp just out the outside right here, as he is going to spot 1. So he knows at least Phantoms is here. Has no idea that there is going to be a player just toward his far right. So once this shot kind of comes through, he might try to use a Molotov, which could work out in his favor. Turnup finds 1. Big kill with the sniper rifle. So it seems like maybe he found a PPSH off the ground, potentially. Maybe he found that one off iLLeY's dead body. Not exactly sure. So he spots 1. Can he find the one on Phantoms? Yes, able to do that. Simp trying to stay alive. Goes for the turn on. Has a machine pistol in hand, but can't find the gunfight. ZynX, it's left up to him to try and close this one out here. Is it done? It very well could be. One last player alive, and Turnup going to try to hide in this corner for as long as possible. And he will do exactly that as we are headed to a round 11. Simp and Co. doing a great job at delaying that bomb plant from going down. And that was a very well executed round for the side of SCN, as we are now looking at some overtime. Offensive team going to be, instead of OrgNpassless, the hit marker for Turnup. That is heartbreaking. The only hit marker he's probably got this entire game, as Cellium will make things a little bit easier for them as the nade comes through, finds a second one, a headshot there from Cellium. Here come the streaks as KaTaNii will drop, and just like that, the lead starts to fade. Phantoms in a 1v4 for overtime. Here comes the nade. The kill comes through, and he will escape with his life out of that side building. However, it is an awkward spot because you do realize where that bomb is at. It's inside of 10, and Phantoms is going to have to walk through at least 2 players to get there. Spots turn up there by that statue stair, as he should get met with some shots as soon as he starts to fire 1. And he's most likely waving the white flag right now. Turnup KaTaNii using the snaking strategy at the moment, as it looks like his run will end here in double digits at 10. This is going to be around there for the side of XOSZN. Very well played. And iLLeY doing some damage. I want to say it was actually Cellium at the beginning of this round 11 who finds 2 major kills. One with a grenade, the other a headshot. Very, very well played from the side of XOSZN as they were down and they ended up making a pretty decent comeback to win in overtime here on London Docks. But of course, that is not going to do it for this series. This is a best of 3, meaning that each map means even more. However, map number 2 will be Search and Destroy on St. Marie du Mont, and I'm very looking forward, of course, to that map. I think you kind of see my level of excitement for that one. But should be an interesting one. I think it's fair to say between these two teams, they're both looking very strong when it comes into the Search and Destroy play. Very impressed with OrgNpassless at the moment. These guys are looking to be a very solid team if they can advance past the side of XOSZN. Of course, I know what to expect when it comes into Simp, iLLeY, Turnip, and Cellium. Those guys have been, fairly well known for the last 7 to 8 months. Throughout the end of Black Ops 3 and into Infinite Warfare. So I know what's kind of expect from them. OrgNpassless, though, they're a question mark for me. Not really too familiar with a lot of these guys, and I'm very curious to see how they're going to do once this map number 2 does load up. But guys, we're going to head to a commercial break. You do not want to miss this map number 2 incredibly high-skilled Search and Destroy gameplay that we're seeing right now here on the new title for Call of Duty World War II. So do not go anywhere. We will be right back after this quick commercial break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the World War II 44 Search and Destroy tournament. $3,200 worth in prizes tonight. So prize money, of course, here for UMG Online. We're taking a look here at our quarterfinals matchup taking place between OrgNpassless and the side of XOSZN. Map number 1 just got finished up with, and it was a round 11 victory toward the side of XOSZN. As a major victory for those guys, as we'll obviously see how things do progress. Of course, like I said, heading in here toward St. Marie du Mont. It's my best French impression. I'm assuming this map is probably French. I would imagine that's the case. If not, I sound even stupider than I would imagine. Still, SMG's out. They're here to play. JH3, 1v2. Bomb is down. It looks like Cellium actually going to get picked off here, and with that bomb ticking down, Simp has to go for the challenge, and regardless if Simp does win the fight, along with finding one prior to that, it's not going to be a round that equals out in their favor. So an aggressive rush toward that B site. Definitely different strategies coming in these back-to-back maps. Of course, when it came down to London Docks, you expect to see those ARs, those snipers at range. Of course, you can still see that. But in certain strategies, getting control in certain portions of this map involve having those up-close and personal SMGs, those PP weapons. PPSH. I was trying to think of a clever way to say it, but I couldn't think of it. It sounded weird. Anyway, moving forward, a push being made. I want to take a look at the perspective. It's just nicer to see. Phantom's nice nade. There you go. I got something cool on there. Phantom's position is known here, but holding this one off by himself, very impressive at that. As it looks like his teammate will drop, however. His turn-up finds one on God JH3. And Zinx right now sitting inside of restaurant. As he gets dropped from behind. Simp just happens to enter into that one. Quickly hops out. And will stay alive along with his teammate Turnup. It looks like Phantom's coming from the side. Great timing. Finds one. Knows exactly where Simp is. Can call that one out to KaTaNii. That's exactly what you're going to see KaTaNii try and do. Trying to go for the flank. But at that, Simp tosses the perfect nade. And Simp knows exactly where KaTaNii is. That was an awesome play there from Simp. As he tosses out the nade in the 1 versus 2 engagement. He obviously gets the kill with that. And then immediately probably realizes that, hey, there's most likely a flank coming into play. Wraps back through middle and totally catches KaTaNii off guard. Absolutely outplayed. Wonderful play there coming in from Simp. As he's flawless right now. 5-0. Of course, reason being, while he is flawless in his lost round, of course, round number 1, we end up seeing that aggressive B rush. We're seeing that right now. And he ended up winning that 1v1 engagement despite not being able to grab the defuse with the lack of time. But looks like that aggressive rush being silenced for the moment. You can obviously see the preference for both these teams. It seems that OrgNpassless prefers to kind of have those very close quarter SMG fights here at B. And inside of XOSZN prefers kind of maybe like those longer range engagements, those sniper rifle plays where Turnip can start to get going. Cellium can kind of have that AR from range as well. And what did work in round number 1, it looks like round number 3 will play out differently, as it will be JH3 who does get dropped. Simp running around, Turnip grabbing the defuse, and Cellium trying to do some wall spots, some jumps and spots. Jumps and spots with T. Martin. That used to be one of my favorite YouTube series, actually. Good old T. Martin. Good old Trevor. However, moving on here toward round number 4. It is, of course, the side of XOSZN who is leading at the moment. And like I said, strategies, they play differently. And it seems that at least from what the blue arrows are telling me, is that OrgNpassless is considering the fact that a B push could be made. However, not the case. iLLeY gets met. And Cellium with an insane reaction time there onto JH3. It looks like one player on the flank was KaTaNii. Yet again, Simp is there to shut him down. And now we will see what the play call is now for OrgNpassless. Right now, Zinx sitting up top here in Restaurant. Has the PPSH, obviously realizes that the AR player or the sniper player who is currently Turnip could be back in that area, so they at least know where the positioning was for the moment. And Simp realizing such is going to pulling out that machine pistol. Can't find the kill onto Phantoms. That's big. Now Turnip would be in his best position trying to maybe grab a weapon off the ground if he can find one. He does have a Molotov and is very close to Streak, so would be in his best interest to try and stay alive. Doesn't really need to get the plant down. Up close and personal fight. Can he win it? Yes, does exactly that. And there are the streaks. Granted, while he does not win the round, he at least gets something out of it as far as a positive. As Zinx will be able to stay alive yet again 2 rounds. Actually, the only 2 rounds the side of OrgNpassless have are ones where they're staying alive on these defensive pushes. Or staying alive whenever they have time in their favor, rather. So doing it without having to get the kills. I respect it. Nades out here from iLLeY onto that A site, but it is continually the same push. And back-to-back-to-back now offensive rounds. Making the aggressive rush here toward that B site. Nades are out. JH3 says he doesn't care about nades. No, actually rocking the prime there. They're obviously rocking 3 attachments on that SMG. Of course, the PPSH. Streaks were out. Zinx will get met with that and have to sit in the respawn screen until round number 6 does load up. And iLLeY getting the nice little jump there to obviously spot where JH3's positioning was. Phantom finds one. JH3 finds the other. He wants 2, though. Tagging up Cellium like crazy. However, Cellium currently sitting at full red, has to go for the challenge. He realizes his position is getting ready to get met, and unfortunately for him, he will dolphin dive to his death. And JH3 playing it well, and this is the strategy that's going to be interesting moving forward in these offensive pushes right now if you are OrgNpassless. Because now, honestly, if you're the side of SZN, it's a matter of what are we going to do now when it comes into defense? Because it seems that in every single round up to this point, the A push has been made. Or the B push has been made every single time if you are the side of XOSZN. So when it comes into this next round, they almost need to like stack up on grenades or do something on those lines because it's going to be a little bit more difficult as they do progress to try and stop that. But at the same time, now if you're XOSZN, you've been making the same push over toward A. So it's a matter of which team is going to switch things up first. Which strategy is it going to be working out for much longer? Who can kind of counter the same things that we've been seeing over and over again from the other? And that's really going to be a major test as to how the rest of the Search and Destroy will play out. Zinx and Restaurant watching over toward A. This is the, at least in my opinion, from what I've been able to see, this is the building to hold, right? Because you obviously have major points of view at both the A and B bomb site in a matter of moments. as streaks are coming in. I believe that was from a turn-up, potentially. Maybe not. Can't exactly tell. But Cellium gets the bomb down, narrowly escapes with his life. That was a player who was watching inside of restaurants. And just below turn-up, had it the angle, had he just peeked out of that doorway, could have caught one. But like I said, being in that top restaurant area is so big, team's going to have to plant on the outside of that A site just to make sure that they can stay alive. It's KaTaNii looking on. 2 kills going down at the exact same time, and KaTaNii wondering what just happened to my teammates in the matter of about 3 seconds as they all will fall. As we are now going to be level at 3 rounds apiece. Cellium with a nice challenge. Very good reaction time actually coming in from KaTaNii, but does not equal out to a round there in the end. All right. OrgNpassless, what you doing? Same strat? Why not? It's working every time. Literally working absolutely every time. So we'll see how the counters start to come into play. So it looks like an aggressive push here from Simp and iLLeY. And the Molotov comes out. Both of them going to get tagged despite Phantoms dropping. And KaTaNii is going to go here for the quick plant. So we'll see how this one pays off. JH3 holding that close angle just on the outside of that door. KaTaNii watching from the front. And most likely ZynX watching the flank. They've got a great setup here. Despite being down a man, they can't afford to lose ZynX in the flank, because if not, that can totally break open this entire setup they're trying to hold. Turnup has the pistol out. He drops. Major kills coming in on the flank here from ZynX, as he's going to be the last player alive. This would be the ace if he can find the final 2. Up close, the headshot on iLLeY. Tosses up the Molotov just to cover his tracks. And now Simp hopping on the bomb. Simp will be there, though. And a great effort coming in from ZynX as he finds the hat trick, finds all 3 on the flank when he looked as if he couldn't do much more than that. And Simp is there just to make it look a little bit of a funny scenario. Awesome play there coming in from ZynX, despite the fact that he does not secure the round. And for the first time, we've seen an offensive push for the set of OrgNpassless not work, actually on A. Or excuse me, on B. I keep picking the bomb sites mixed up. I apologize. And so with a defensive round victory, it seems now that the side of XOSZN is saying, hey, let's try and B this time. Let's try and get this one under our way. We finally were able to win a defensive round versus this exact same strategy. Let's try and do exactly what they did. It looks like ZynX is dropped for the first blood after having a hot round in round number 7. JH3 is dropped, KaTaNii falls, and now Phantoms left in a 1v4. So the strategy now being used against them. Phantom, what's the call? Unfortunately, will drop. And isn't able to make much work of that. Just overall a very solid push coming in from XOSZN. They do the exact same strategy that we've been seeing from OrgNpassless do in every offense. And now what's the call from OrgNpassless now in this next offensive round? Do they make the same push happen? What's the motive looking like? And it looks like we are going to be seeing another push here over toward this B site. Nades are out. Let's actually take a look and see how the other side is looking. It looks like it's going to be Simp. A wonderfully tossed Molotov, but just toward the opposite side. ZynX, thankfully, doesn't have to worry about that. Simp does a great job at launching that one forward, but here comes another nade onto ZynX. That one not going to explode as well. The nades, the mollies, they're all in a great range, but they're just not in the exact point of view or the exact position where they need to be. And so ZynX holding on here toward this radio tower side. They have a man advantage. And Turnup is just trying to find anything he can through that wallbang, not earning any advantage. But at the same time, actually, while he does fire those shots, Simp was trying to enter in forward with those shots kind of masking the overall positioning. And while I do really like that play from Turnup, essentially what they're trying to do, what Turnup and Simp try to do in that situation is while Turnup is kind of pre-firing or just trying to kind of distract the side of OrgNpassless. Simp at the same time tries to enter in through the flank as almost kind of like a distraction. So he's kind of like the kind of odd man out. And so it was a nice strategy, a good effort there coming in. It was too late. It was too little too late. The bomb had already gone down, and it was an overall more awkward play for them to try and get forward to. And so with that, 4 rounds to 5. 1 round still needed for the side of XOSZN for them to progress on to the semifinals. But OrgNpassless trying to force that map number 3 on USS Texas. First blood found. Phantoms will drop. Simp does as well. The nice nade coming in from Zinx, making impact. Kills happen. As it's left up to Cellium and iLLeY, the guys who haven't really performed the best, at least as far as this search and destroy is considered, compared to their teammates who've obviously both dropped over 10 kills. Or 10 kills or more, rather. But still a 2v2. iLLeY, Cellium versus Zinx and KaTaNii. Zinx holding up in top restaurant. And KaTaNii actually finds one. He can find the second one as well. Cellium, awkward position to be in. He's got one player watching that big power position right now in restaurant, which was Zinx. Has the bomb in hand. 15 seconds left. Pulls up the PPSH at a close range. KaTaNii just needs to stay alive as long as possible, and he will do more than just that. As we will be seeing another round 11. Just goes to show how close these two teams are. As we're looking at some overtime here in Saint Marie Dumont. Who's on offense? It will be the side of OrgNpassless, and they are going to be making the same push here on toward B. The Molly is out to try and watch that corner, so they got to know where at least one is. Phantoms finds a huge first blood. That one's going to be on Simp. Do they go for the immediate plan is the question. Yes, that's happening right now. 2 players last alive. Turnip able to find one on Phantoms. A current 2 versus 3. Nice kill there coming in from Turnip. Finds the second, but now it's left to a 1-on-2. Cellium finds one on the bomb. 1-on-1 now for the win, but no, it's not going to happen. As it will go down, it is going to be the side of OrgNpassless who are going to force the map number 3. And Cellium, the early shots, JH3, that was literally a bullet difference. A bullet difference in that situation. I really thought that Cellium had it. I thought we were saying double round 11s go toward the side of XOSZN, but that is not going to be the case. That is absolutely absurd stuff. Phantoms finishing off 14-10, along with Turnip finishing off 14-8. We are headed to a map number 3 in this quarterfinal matchup between OrgNpassless and XOSZN. But it looks like we're hopping in here toward another matchup. Not exactly sure who either of these teams are. I believe we have Lethal Gaming going up against Baldy, Bezzy, Vexed, and someone else. Not exactly sure, but regardless, this is the other quarterfinal matchup for those who are curious. So, of course, winner of this will be playing against each other. And this is map number 1, of course, here on London Docks. So looking at that, we'll obviously take a look at the players who've been performing the best up to this point. BZ right now 8-4. It's been a pretty dominant victory up to this point. I believe they started off at least 4-0, maybe even 5. I think I'm going to say it was 4-0. As Mutex finds 2. BZ there to respond for the moment. As you've got some known players in this lobby. Taking a look at that scorecard off to the right. See guys like Vex, BZ, Baldy, 2-Pack Thuglord. I want to say this is actually a team heading into World War II. I thought I saw 2-Pack actually tweet this out. So I believe this is their official group heading into World War II. And of course facing off against Lethal Gaming. Very well-known Search and Destroy players currently in this matchup. Major Maniac, 1 versus 2. Playing incredibly passively, of course. Bomb is down right now. As the BZ will pick that one up. And he's also going to have 2Pac to kind of guide the way, kind of babysit the bomb carrier here toward this A site. And this will be an easy plant. As now it will be left up to what's the retake situation here for Major Maniac? What's the entry he tries to make? Not too many angles he can enter in from. And might have spotted just the edge on that window. I don't believe he did, but he could have heard a call from a teammate. Here comes the streaks actually to kind of close him in. He will die. Yeah, he's going to die from that situation. He's going to die from that angle. As that's going to be map number 1 in the books. A 6-1 victory. Making it look easy. So I believe that is going to be Lethal Gaming, who ends up dropping a map number 1 in that semifinal. As, of course, these are best of 3, so that's something to kind of keep in mind when it comes down to these two teams. I don't actually know the team name for 2Pac Thug Lord's group, but however, just know that they end up winning the map number 1, along with a 11-4 performance there from Abizi, 6-1 for 2Pac Thug Lord, but really only 7 rounds needed for that one to kind of be closed out. Would most likely expect map number 2 to kind of play similar to that, which will be on St. Marie de Mont. And it looks like here in our next matchup, between OrgNpassless and XOSZN. This one should be kicking off here shortly as well. But guys, I believe we're going to head to a commercial break and get these maps started up for you guys here shortly. But just kind of keep in mind these semifinals are currently going at the same time, so trying to bring coverage to you guys for both of these matches. So with that, we should be good to go. So guys, we're going to do a quick commercial break. When we return, map number 2, at least for both these teams, both going to be on St. Marie du Mont. We've got OrgNpassless versus XOSZN, and we also got the side of Lethal Gaming going up against 2Pac Thug Lord and Co. We'll be right back with those matches after this quick commercial break. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're having issues with the Codcaster. I don't know what's happening. And quite frankly, I don't care. Not exactly sure what is taking place. However, it looks like chaos, really, at that. Let's let you guys know what's going on. We got the quarterfinals matchup. Actually, both of them taking place for right now. This is OrgNpassless going up against XOSZN. As it looks like the side of XOSZN has 2 players down on the opposite side for OrgNpassless. So it looks like PhantomzTheGod and GodZynx making their way throughout the map, I would imagine. And trying to produce something. Can I do anything to fix this? I have no idea. I don't think I can. Oh, all right. Although I can't go to first person. So it looks like Simp and Cellium clutch it out. It looks like I can't check that, but it looks like that's the case. So there you go. Round 1 in the books. That's it. That's how it works. That's how we're doing it. All right, will first person work? Yes, it will. Thank the Lord. All right, here we go. Apologies for that, but I honestly can't do anything about it, so why am I apologizing? Not sure either way. Regardless, iLLeY, bomb in hand. As he will get mad with an A to the feet. Exchanging one forward himself. And it looks like they will be backing up now. Shots coming in. 2 players fall now for the side of XOSZN. And turn up now. Making his way forward. Nice headshot. They're actually on the KaTaNii. And it looks like him and Simp will both fall there at the end. OrgNpassless doing a great job here in response. And of course, to kind of keep you guys updated with what's happened so far in this series, both these teams have actually won a round 11. Actually on S&D map number 1 on London Docks. It was actually the side of XOSZN who made a little bit of a comeback to win that one in round 11. And then, of course, our last map, which was on a St. Marie de Mont, it was actually another 6-5 victory in overtime. That one toward the side of OrgNpassless. So, very interesting plays up to this point. Very close matches as well. And it seems like a aggressive rush coming in here on this B-bomb site. As I'm not exactly sure how in the world that JH3 just had a Molotov thrown right at him. And he's able to stay alive through it. But not for much longer. iLLeY farming 2. Phantoms from afar having to fade back. Trying to toss a nade. Anything he can do to try and delay that defuse from coming in. However, it's not going to be the case. They're going to give that one over toward iLLeY for some streaks. Not sure why they're giving it to him in particular. Maybe closer. Oh, okay, he's going to earn that. It's hard for me to actually see who can earn what based on the streaks in the right corner. But regardless, though, interesting play coming in from the side of OrgNpassless, just due to the fact, actually, in the prior map, which was on St. Marie Dumont, we ended up seeing a very aggressive plays on offense come in from those guys, and more of kind of a passive play, kind of a long, more range of style coming in for this side of XOSZN. And obviously, it did pay off if you are in an OrgNpassless situation. Granted, it did come down to overtime, but it worked out in the end, regardless of the overall outcome. As it looks like the round will yet again go in the favor of OrgNpassless. This is the angle that we talk about quite a bit when it comes down to this map. A lot of players have kind of been complaining about USS Texas. Kind of saying the inside to outside ratio really isn't enough. It's kind of a little bit of a skinnier map. Doesn't play the way that they would like it. However, the sniper rifles can play true. It seems that the sniper game, along with the SMGs up close, are the preferred weapons. And you're facing off against guys like Cellium and Simp. You got to be aware of those SMGs. Simp actually has kind of been preferring that MP40. Saw him rock this in a prior series in this exact same map. He's able to do quite a bit of damage with it. It looks like he's rocking the advanced rifling, quick draw, and grip. And spots one on that B bomb site. Only gets hit markers. Nothing coming of it, but the assistance from iLLeY, the Molotov forward. But it looks like the snipe to the side is going to be turn up. Able to shut down one, has the pistol in hand, and while Phantoms does find the kill, it was only for the moment for him to try and stay alive. As Simple will be there for the cleanup, along with the defuse, as we get to stare at the very interesting bomb defuse animation for this year. Not exactly sure what the little red knob on the left does, but it blinks. That's what it does. It blinks. Speaking of blinks, I think wasn't he playing earlier? Is blinks in the Binks maybe? I have no idea what I'm saying anymore, to be totally honest. I have no idea what's happening. Looking on, however, iLLeY dead. Actually, funny enough, does drop in that situation. As Cellium realizing the fact that the bomb is down, looking off just toward his right as his fallen comrade is spread out throughout the poop deck. Turn up now. Turn 98 and K in hand. That was just like not even a human reaction time. As the Molotov will come out to try and stop Turn Up, however, he's long gone from that situation. Spots the shoulder of one. Nice little dolphin dive to escape from that scenario. Turn Up looking to challenge, shuts down JH3 with some assistance from a teammate, Zinx. Dolphin dives back inside of comms. As a 1-on-3 is needed. And he will not be granted that. Some nice shots there coming in from Simp, catching that player off on the stairs. Now moving his team forward, of course. As we're currently looking at 4 rounds to 2. Of course, in favor right now of the side of XOSZN. We got to give a lot of credit toward Simp doing some damage. He's been kind of picking up the pace a lot for this team throughout the last few rounds of play. Not just rounds as far as the specific map, but the rounds as far as the tournament. And you got to give a lot of credit. We talk about Simp, but man, Turn Up as well. He has been dominating with this sniper rifle. He has been, without question, one of the more talented sniper rifle players that I've seen so far. Obviously can do work with that machine pistol up close. As it will be Zinx left in a 1-on-3. Spots the shadow, I believe, of Simp. As well as toward his left, gets a nice headshot onto one. Tries to peek out, but can't do anything. As it will be a pretty dominant lead currently gained for the side of XOSZN as they are up 5 rounds to 2. So heading in here toward round number 8, I think it's only fair that we do continue to look on board here with Turnup, the man who's got the KaTaNii in hand. And when it comes into this next offensive push, he's going to be big because they're going to be looking at him to try and find that first blood. And kind of exactly what it should say, as Turnup was kind of peeking over there, that little sign says, watch your head. And that's exactly what the side of OrgNpassless needs to do. Watch your head, because the headshots from Turnup are absolutely lethal. As KaTaNii peeking just out. Nut coming forward. And here comes the peek from below, and it looks like Turnup passes one. Of course, wraps back around, able to find that kill. Thankfully does find the PPSH off the ground, and now having Simp have the ability to do a little bit of damage. Simp has the Molotov. He's got the glide bomb in hand. And Turnup doing some damage, man. This is what the guy can do. He can do more than just the sniper rifle. He can rock the PPSH as well. And now JH3 left all by his lonesome. 1-on-2 just to try and force around number 9. So here comes the play. Up close, and Simp will lock this one out, as it will be an advancement for the side of XOSZN. As they win this one in map number 3. The first 2 maps playing out to a round 11. However, map number 3 was not the same case. However, it was the same because Simp was dominating for them. As that will be the advancement for the side of XOSZN in the tournament. And of course, we do have to say a massive GG's toward the side of OrgNpassless for playing as well as they did.
My heart was on fire, but you let me